Great afternoon, fellow traders. This is Austin. It's Monday, June 9th. A rather interesting session in stocks. First of all, my trading day began shortly after 5 a.m. Eastern. I was working with Forex markets. I spent the weekend doing some research on the currencies, looking to scalp, if you will, or small swing. Long story short, looking at the validation of trading a slower filter chart and a faster entry chart for looking to use 10, 12 pip stops and looking for 20 to 30 pip profit objectives in two or four different forex pairs. And so the the weekend research worked out well, obviously, and so then today's validation in the markets worked out even better, left me tired. So around 11, I think it was noon. Yeah, it was noon. Um, I shut down futures trading after having taken no trades. This is the Russell on the bottom, the S&P on top. The S&P gave a buy signal early on, somewhere around 1951, and as you can see, it didn't even reach 1955, I don't believe. So then it came down and it gave a breakdown sell signal around 1950, and I'm holding that. And I may just hold that into and through the close and to tomorrow. We'll see. Same thing with the Russell. It fired up. It gave a couple of long signals that I didn't take. I didn't. They would have stopped out. The buy signal in here pulled back, and then the buy signal here pulled back. There was another long signal I was absent the charts for. That was around, I can't remember, 1173 or 4, and it went 5 or 6 points. So there was a long sequence here that was successful. I just wasn't at the charts. I was doing some other things. So I shut her down, took a nap from about noon to 1, recharged the batteries. And I had CNBC on, and I took a look, and I saw the market was off the highs. So I fired the charts up again, and here we are. So there was one sell sequence in the Russell from 1177, and then another sell sequence from 74.6. I actually thought it would slip a tick. It was a pre-stage break. It didn't. This is a day trade. I won't be holding this over, and I'm looking for it to come back to the open range. So if they come back to around here, I'm definitely going to exit there, or I'm going to trail this down where it makes some sense. So the first trail I'm going to make is down to here. All right, because the entry there is 1175.8, so I'm going to come to 72.7. Worst case scenario, I'm going to pick up 3 points and give it a tick of slippage there. And I'm looking to lock in 5 or better. So if they take them down to below 70.7, then that's how I'm looking to manage that. And or I think they're going to come down to the top of the open range or possibly inside. We'll see. So that's pretty much how the futures day has gone. Um, that and the endless upside has to end someday. They can't take them straight up for the rest of your career, right? They've gone up for umpteen days in a row. Each day that they do that, it's only a matter of time before they don't do that anymore. So those are the futures trading activities of the day, and I'll have more to say about Forex in a different venue in just the blog section, but that's what we have. So anyways, we have free trade locked in the S&P, and we've got several points, if you will, on dual stage entry locked in the Russell. It's 2:26 p.m. If they keep sinking, that's great. If they don't, then we will reconvene tomorrow. So that's it. Be back when there's something noteworthy to update. Okay, snuck the stop down to +4 and a tick, and I'd really like to get it down to 5 and a tick, but that would be crowding. I think they got several more points, but I'm going to move it down here right now, as a matter of fact, while I've got you on the line. So there we are. So there's 5 points in it. Actually, we're going to go 5 points and 2 ticks, just in case they try to slip on us, which they do sometimes. And then the S&P, that's only gone 4 points so far, nowhere. In other words, I'm not a 4-point ES trade is nothing. So holding that one for the potential of the 233 below or better. Like I said, try to hold it into the overnight and even tomorrow if it'll take, because I think there's plenty more downside to come. There should be after all this no volume levitation. All right, now we're gonna start sneaking the stops. There's +6 and 2 ticks.
Order filled.
And that's gone. All right, +6 and 2 ticks. And you can see that's close enough for me to the open range. I think they'll come back to there, maybe even through it and substantially lower, but that's going to do for the Russell. And then the S&P, I'm not adding to that. I'm going to leave that alone because I may be holding these through the close. That's the design, so we'll see what happens. But I'm done for the day with the Russell, 6 points per contract, and we'll see what the S&P delivers. It is 235. Okay, update, 3 p.m. Well, the exit on the two TF positions blended was 1169-ish. 1169.6 right there. And as you can see, it's trading 3.5 points higher. So it covered all this distance per contract from the top, from 77 down to 69. That's $800 a contract range. I didn't take all that out. I'm just saying that's how much range there is. On the other hand, the S&P, from where I got in, from 1950 to 45.75, that is $212.50 per contract, right? 4 index points. So you're talking $800 plus $200, 400% greater profit margin per contract on the Russell versus the S&P in the same general area of the chart, same sequence. That's why I trade the Russell. And I get a lot of emails from the different traders. Why do you trade the Russell? Why aren't you just trading the S&P? Why don't you bite the bullet and trade the S&P? Because then when you need more size, you'll already have it down pat, so on and so forth. And my point is this. There's not enough profit potential there on a short-term intraday basis. Now, on the other hand, if you're trading without time as an objective, in other words, if this stop holds, I'll gladly manage this trade through the overnight into tomorrow, looking for $500, $800, $1,000 a contract or better. Hell, I'll hold this till Friday if they trend down all the way. I just won't hold a futures contract over the weekend. That's all. But I don't know. The stop may come out, and that might be it for the day. Done, and then we'll reconvene tomorrow, or maybe it holds and it rolls into the close and it continues to work through the overnight. We'll see. In either event, I'm not monitoring it. I'm just peeking in now and then because I really don't care what happens next. If it stops out, it didn't go far enough to matter, and if the stop holds, it's designed to carry into tomorrow regardless. So I'll see how it transpires in an hour. 3:03 Eastern. Okay, checking back in. It is 3:30 exactly. The S&P came up and took out that stop. It only went 4 points in a tick. Like I said, for my personal management or trade management purposes, that's not a trade. If you're looking for 4 points or thereabouts in the S&P, then to you that was a trade. So in any event, that wraps the day. We'll see what goes on tomorrow. Basically, all the potential there was, a slight extension up for three maybe 4 points at the most, and then a slight extension down for maybe 3 or 4 points at the most. That was it in the S&P. In the Russell, if you were present, there was an extension for roughly 5 or 6 points up, and then there was this extension back down. So that's it. All day there were just 2 shots at any kind of potential progress, and other than that, just another quiet day. We'll see how they go tomorrow. Hope this helps. Talk to you soon, and as always, best trading wishes.